Sango was too heavy to walk more than a few steps, yet women chased him like he was gold. He lived at the corner of the village in a wide compound, his body almost swallowing the wooden chair he sat on all day. Children mocked his size. Men laughed when they saw him sweating after only walking a few steps. To them he was useless, a man who could not farm, could not wrestle, could not even dance at festivals. But in the evenings, the same men watched their sisters and daughters carry bowls of soup to his house, each trying to outdo the other. They visited his house one after the other, carrying food, sweeping his yard, even washing his wrappers for him. When two arrived at the same time, they quarreled. Sometimes they tore each other's clothes, rolling in the dust while Sango watched from his chair. No one understood it. He had no wealth to give. His hut was like any other. He did not own land, and he did not lead in meetings. He only had his body, large, slow, and heavy. Still, the women wanted him. Some said he was soft to touch, others said his laughter pulled them in. Whatever it was, they could not resist him. The men grew bitter. They called him names and tried to shame the women, but none of it mattered. Sango stayed where he was, breathing hard, smiling when food was laid before him. He was too fat to walk the village paths, but somehow, the paths kept bringing women to him. Sango's life went on the same for years. Women came, women fought, and men grew bitter. But one season, the quarrels became too many. During a moonlit night, two sisters nearly killed each other outside his hut. Their father dragged them home, ashamed, and swore he would take the matter to the elders. By morning, the whole village was buzzing. The men demanded answers. They wanted to know why their wives and daughters kept chasing a man who could barely stand. At the elders' meeting, they called Sango lazy, useless, and cursed. They begged the council to ban the women from visiting him. The elders listened quietly and then asked the women themselves to speak. That day, the truth began to show. One woman, Aduke, stood up and said, Sango was the only man who never spoke to her harshly or attempted to lay his hand against her. She said he was not quick to anger like the others, not quick to call a woman a fool. Another, Damilola, said she went to him because he laughed even when she made a mistake and told her it was okay. He only asked her to sit beside him and eat together. A third admitted she loved the way his body felt, soft and warm, nothing like the hard men who came home from the farms with harsher tongues. The men grew restless, but the women would not stop. They said they found peace in Sango's hut. Some even wept as they spoke, saying that for once they felt wanted, not just used. The elders did not know what to do. There was no law against kindness, no rule against being loved. In the end, they told the men to leave Sango alone. If their women chose him, perhaps the fault was not his. After that meeting, the visits did not stop, but the fighting slowed. The women no longer hid why they went to him. They carried food openly, even smiling at one another, knowing they were drawn by the same thing. Some still quarreled, but not as before. They began to take turns, as if an unspoken order had formed among them. The men of the village never forgave it. They called him names until his death, but their anger did nothing. One rainy season, Sango finally died. The women mourned louder than the men. They said no other man had ever treated them the way he did. And in the silence after his burial, the village at last understood. Sango's power was not in wealth or strength, but in a simple truth. He gave women something the other men did not: gentleness.